Hi guys, today we're going to be continuing our playthrough of Andromeda 6. Not really a game, but a visual novel like I said in the previous episodes. But so far, really enjoying it, amazing. We're just going through it. Okay, so in the last episode we actually started learning more about the planet Terranium, where we were supposed to be dropped off, like the captain said, but basically a lot of the crew members who like us actually convince the captain that we won't be going anywhere anytime soon. So we're gonna be staying with the crew, and that's very good news for us because we're getting to understand more of these characters and trying to figure out their personalities, trying to figure out who we're supposed to be dating or flirting or romancing. Yeah, let's just continue and we'll see where this takes us. So he looks even more menacing when he first met, though that may be because he's smiling at me in a way that leaves me unsure he wants to stab me or seduce me. Oh my god. My eyes flicker over the bandolier across his chest, the knives partly concealed by his coat and the twin daggers he keeps strapped to his thighs. I wonder idly how he manages... Idly? Isn't it? Oh, idle. I like idle. Oh my god. How he manages to not cut himself on all that steel, as I'm sure there's plenty more hidden where I can't see. Damon says, "Wanna do a strip search?" Oh my god, he's continuing to flirt with us, guys. Now, stop torturing Kiki, Damon. I don't know how it's possible, but Damon grins even wider, his head cocking to the side. In a moment, trigger-happy Kiki and I have some business to conduct. I panic, my chest seizing while my mind ticks over exactly what he means by business. And while I'm sure he had a conversation worthy of a perfectly pleasant brunch with June, I highly doubt the cowboy told you the half of what goes down on Terranium, so walk with me. I quickly realize he's not giving me a choice, and when he saunters over to a large control screen near the cockpit, I follow suit. And Damon barely spares me a glance as his fingers fly over the screen, typing and scrolling through information I couldn't begin to piece together even if I wanted to. And think of Nos Vega like a giant sandbox filled with loads of corrupted grains of sand. The kind of fun you'll find there isn't exactly legal, which means that it's the best kind. He throws me a knowing grin before his eyes snap back to the screens in front of him. And casinos, bars, arenas, and strip clubs, brothels, malls, weapons dealers, you name it, and they have got it. So I almost choke on the air at the description of the planet, and when I part my lips to speak, no words come out. Calderon wanted to leave me in a place like that. I know what you're thinking. What kind of man is this captain to ditch a lost, lonely traveler in a place like that? Am I right? Well, I think he's completely right because the captain seems to be very insensitive and he's not tactful at all. He doesn't even consider that we're like not a human being because we're aliens, but like that we're a living being, and he can just throw us in a place like that without us even knowing who we are, where we're from, what kind of skills, job skills we have even, because I mean, you gotta work to live, don't you? So yeah, let me just take a sip. How does he keep doing that? I don't reply, but I'm sure my slack jaw and disbelieving stare tell Damon everything he wants to know. He chuckles a little, and I'm glad at least one of us is amused by the situation. That sounds dangerous. Wouldn't be fun if it wasn't. I bite down on my tongue to keep from answering. And by the way, what we mean by saying that it's dangerous is that Damon is actually some type of a mind reader. He pretty much knows exactly what we're thinking at all times. He said that it's not telepathy, so it's something like more practical, like an actual skill. Maybe he like reads body language and stuff like that, but since there's no animations we can't really see. However, I think he might have some telepathic abilities, something kind of telepathy, but I'm not too sure. We'll just have to find out and see. Oops, so his definition of fun is certainly an interesting one, and still trigger happy over there is right. You shouldn't wander around there on your own, especially if you don't know the place. He glances at me, giving me a once-over from head to toe and pulling his lips into a tight, unimpressed line. Or if you don't know how to take care of yourself. I can take care of myself. Damon huffs a laugh, and I swear I hear him mumble cute under his breath. I'd like to see that newbie. In fact, I might even pay to see that, although I'm sure the cowboy would have a thing or two to say about it. I did nothing but narrow my eyes at him, to which he replied with a dark grin, as if that was the exact reason he was hoping for. A reaction he was hoping for, actually. Anyway, I'm not your babysitter, and I don't particularly care what you do or don't do while we're there, so take this just in case. He pulls a black leather sheath from the pocket of his coat and holds it towards me. On closer inspection, I notice the glint of metal and a sturdy handle. He's giving me a dagger. Apparently not one to wait around for a decision to be made, Damon clicks his tongue at me impatiently. Take it, you need it. So I tried to click my tongue in there, but I didn't really know how. So should I take it? I'll take it. But what if we get attacked and we don't know how to use the knife? That's actually one of the good reasons that you shouldn't have a knife with you out and about unless you actually know how to use it and you have been trained. Because it might seem like a very good way to defend yourself, but if you don't know how to use it and your attacker actually does know how to use it, then you're gonna be in a little bit of trouble. Trouble. Oh my god, I can't speak today. So today, I mean, yeah. So actually, we're not gonna take it. I don't think. Whatever, we'll take it. I hesitate for a moment, wondering if he's going to stick it in my gut myself before I reach out and take it. What if what I've heard of Las Vegas is true? It doesn't sound like the sort of place I should be wandering around unprotected. Exactly. So, let me drink. Damon cocks a dark eyebrow, a gesture that makes me wonder if he's surprised I took the dagger at all. Do you know how to use it? Stick them with the pointy end. You got that right. Try not to cure yourself with it, will you? I don't need another reason for the captain to be on my back. Damon, how are things looking on your end? Calderon's deep voice cuts our conversation short, and when I turn towards the cockpit, his attention is still firmly fixed on the controls in front of him. I would question if he's noticed my presence at all, having not received so much as a glance from him, but I don't think anything escapes that man. The radar is coming up clean, no active patrols in the quadrant for the time being. Oppo has the air cleared for landing, we're good to go. Ayame. We're coming into orbit, switching the autopilot off to prepare for landing. All stats are looking good despite the, well, you know. What? Oh, well, the cargo hold is completely broken, so yeah, Sebastian. Would it kill you to call me Bash like everyone else? Sebastian. A sigh crackles through the receiver, followed by Bash's voice once again, bright and bold. Engines are A-okay, let's get busy. So, Damon snickers beside me, shaking his head before he pushes me towards an empty chair and sits me down. Does he even hear himself? I raise an eyebrow as he straps me in, securing the belts around me in place and pulling twice to ensure they're firm. Thanks, or I can do that myself. I think we should say just thanks. You gotta be polite. Damon winks at me in answer, stepping away once he's happy I'm securely fixed in place. Take your seats. We're about to enter Terranium's atmosphere. The sound of metal groaning catches my attention when Damon takes the seat next to me, strapping himself in just as the ship launches and rumbles. Leaning forward as far as my restraints will allow, the beige-orange mass of Terranium, there it is, up there, surrounds us, the vivid neon lights and unusual buildings of Nos Vega growing closer and closer as we approach our destination. Oh my god, that's so beautiful. That looks like a planet from Star Wars. Yeah, exactly. So, when we descend the loading ramp, the first thing that hits me is the heat. Not the balmy kind of warmth you'd find on a summer's day, but the scorch of fiery engines and hot metal. The late afternoon sun hangs low in the sky, and a metallic, oily scent lingers in the air. Oh my god, you can hear the sound of the heat. Okay, we're on a landing strip in what looks to be some kind of junkyard. Scrap metal piles up on either side of us. Broken down robots, rusted old hovercrafts, outdated droids. A graveyard of poor, unwanted things. It's a relief to step out on solid ground after the past few days in space, and I tote the dirt beneath my shoe, kicking up a small cloud of dust as I do so. Following behind the group, my eyes drift idly over the piles of junk surrounding us. until my gaze falls upon a serving bot, an older mother by the looks of what I can see of it, laying half buried within a pile of rusted limbs, metal arms, legs, and torsos thrown haphazardly into a pyramid. I step toward it, its black eyes, one cracked right down in the middle, staring into mine, and its mouth opening and closing slowly like a dying goldfish. A shiver runs through me, and I find myself feeling oddly sorry for the machine, left lost and alone among the skeletons of its own kind. Someone grabs my arm and yanks me aside roughly, and I see impatiently what they've saved me from impaling my foot on. A piece of metal scrap lays half buried in the sand, its jagged edge poking up ominously through the dust. Be careful. Calderon gives me a hard look, his face is cooled into an expression of pure annoyance. Thanks. I would say thanks. I mutter a thanks to the captain, though wonder why I bother when he merely turns and keeps walking. I don't know why exactly, but he seems even more on edge on the ground than he did on the ship. I get the impression he's not too fond of the planet. I mean, is he fond of anything really? He's such a he's a jerk, okay? He's a jerk. A big jerk. Yeah, so I can't stop myself from scowling at his back. It interests me a little, and I bite down on my lip to stifle my grin. I'll try my best not to. We don't have to walk much further until we're greeted by a scaled, lizard-like being who smiles and spreads their arms wide to welcome us. Ooh! I break away from the group a little to get a better look at our host. Look at him, he's got rings and scales and a long tongue and a nice little robe with bags and a belt. Yeah, he's nice. I think this guy is called Vex. I'm not too sure. I guess we're gonna find out. Oh, that's Oppo. Welcome, my friends. Oppo, we're so very, very happy to see you again. Okay. Oh, excuse me. I clicked something by accident and I'm going to return. Let me just save my game very quickly. Yes, I want to overwrite. Okay. So Calderon steps forward first, a rumble of impatience hanging thick on his words. Skip the pleasantries, Oppo. We're here on business. Oppo drops their arm, surveying Calderon with an almost fearful look. I don't blame them, really. The captain is an intimidating man. Yes, of course. Do you have the parts? Right over there, Captain. So, Calderon strolls over to the pile of metal Oppo indicated towards with Damon in tow, while Aya steps forward to give Oppo a much friendlier greeting. Yeah, she's very friendly. Aya is pretty much one of the friendliest people over here, apart from June and the medic, whose names was Juniper. He's the weapons guy that we saw just a little bit earlier, and Rayona, who's the medic. So how have things been around here, Up? She smiles up at the lizard who towers above her and makes a non-committal kind of sound. Bad, very bad since Khmeri took over power. Oppo barely gets enough water to keep the club running now that they have control over the council. Every oasis on the planet is under their order. Aya's eyebrows dip, her expression shifting to one of pure horror. Zova gave his clan control of the Council of Embers. Yes, the old councillors, executed. Many of the arena fighters have been taken from the planet, made to serve in the king's army. Oppo fears bad things are coming to all planets. Oh, this really is really bad. June frowns and I can help but notice Oppo shy away a little, having only just noticed he was there. I fear you might be right, Oppo. The Council of Embers? I ask Bash, who's standing beside me, and he whispers back his answer. The Council of Embers are Terranium's government. Every planet has one. The Council of Eons on Telarian, the Council of Iron on Cursa, and the Council of Essence on Orion. There was also the Council of Pearl before Catalpa was destroyed. All of them answer to the Crown Council of Goldis, who in turn answers to and advises the Monarch. So this is a monarchy. And the Monarch is Zovak. Bash makes a face, and I wonder if it was the wrong thing for me to say. Most would argue against his claim. The monarchy has always been passed down through the loyal Begast family even since its creation. Zovak fought his way to the throne and took it by force. He is a ruthless man, and his clan, the Khmeri, are just as bad. While June and Aya carry on their conversation in hushed tones, I feel a hand on my back as Bash steers me towards Oppo, hailing them with a wave of his bionic arm. Hand. I think his whole arm is actually bionic, but okay. Oppo, I want you to meet Kiki. The Archnos looks me over, their beady eyes blinking rapidly and their forked tongue darting out from behind pointed teeth. Mr. Bash has brought Oppo a new slave, yes? Oh no, 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 no. This is our new friend. And they're not slaves, they're employees. Yes, yes, employees. That is what Oppo said. And Bash shakes his head at the lizard and knees a little closer to whisper to me. I do not give Oppo slaves, just so we're clear. An ungraceful snort escapes me. Crystal. I feel a nudge on my arm, and when I turn, Oppo is beside me. My teeth bared in his teeth bared in a pointed smile. You will come and work for Oppo, yes? Better than slimming it with the Astrometer crew. It's Andromeda, Oppo. How many times have we been over this? Oppo blinks at Bash once and then twice, ignoring him completely as they turn back to me. Okay. A spot just opened up in Oppo's club, very popular tourist destination. Oppo will give you a good price. No need to worry. Back of Oppo, this one is with us. Calderon shoulders his way back past the Archnos, standing between us and blocking me from Oppo's beady eyes. I can't see Oppo's reaction, but I hear the reply come from Calderon's other side. Yes, Captain, at once. How much for the parts? 2,000 credits. 2,000! Calderon leans in and says something to Oppo in a harsh whisper I don't understand. I realize after a moment that he's spoken another language entirely. For Oppo will take 400 and Oppo's drinkers will install the parts for you free of charge. Okay. And Calderon leans back and crosses his arms over his chest, looking awfully pleased with himself. You go to the club while you wait. Show your new friend our hospitality here in Nos Vegas. No chance, I'm staying with the ship. Come on, party pooper, the ship's in good hands, isn't it, Up? Yes, Up will take good care of it. Calderon looks unconvinced, though he heaves a sigh despite his hesitation, and Aya gives him an excited clap on the back before she turns to me. We're going to have so much fun. And I think we're gonna end it right here because I'm out of time for today. But I really enjoyed this episode. It was a very fun time. And thank you so much for joining me once again. We'll continue it next time. And I'll see you in the next one. Please leave a comment and a like. I make other types of videos as well, so you can check them out in the description below. And I'm gonna see you next time. Bye bye!